The technologies that make extended reality possible have been around for a while, but the way we use them has changed quickly over the past few years. Because companies are fighting so hard to be the best in this field, the landscape of these new developments has become cloudy and hard to predict for many people. What is the metaverse? Where is it taking us next? And what are the main technologies that are making it grow? This video will answer all of these questions and more. But before we start our video, please make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon. So let's start. Businesses can use virtual reality connectivity to create new ways to improve our world and keep the digital economy growing if they have a good grasp of the technologies that make up the metaverse. Origins of the metaverse. Let's first get a general idea of the subject at hand before getting into the details. The idea of a metaverse has become more popular in recent years because Facebook changed its name to Meta. However, this is not where the story starts. In fact, the story begins in 1992, when Neil Stephenson's book Snow Crash comes out. The story painted a picture of a world where virtual reality is run by a monopolistic company that wants to control the everyday lives of its customers. Businesses have found that using social media is a good way to get new customers, make more money, and earn the trust and loyalty of customers they already have. Mark Zuckerberg's focus on the metaverse, on the other hand, is an attempt to lead us to the next stage of the internet, where virtual reality will be the norm. Users can now do things like work and play in a virtual world, while also interacting with the internet in a way that is much more immersive than ever before. The metaverse is the internet. Even though Meta's rebranding and focus on this technology suggest a similarly bleak future, this doesn't mean that virtual reality technology and the idea of the metaverse are inherently bad. How we use that technology will determine what ethical consequences it has. Tony Parisi, who works for Unity, talks about the many different rules of the metaverse. Many of these rules seem to be ignored by Meta and other companies as they try to dominate this market. According to these rules, the metaverse should be an open-source project that is made for all users, and no one should be in charge of it. The internet itself works because of these rules, which is why Parisi says that the metaverse is the same thing as the internet. Why it is crucial to have a good understanding of metaverse technologies. Because of ethical concerns like these, it's important for business owners to know a lot about the different technologies that are pushing the metaverse forward and how they might affect users, the environment, and our society as a whole. By learning about these technologies, businesses can find new ways to help make our world a better place. Some of these new ways can be good uses of virtual reality connectivity that help our world grow and the digital economy get stronger. Also, it's important to understand these technologies because, as more complicated methods are made for use in metaverse projects, the average cost of making an app in the US, which is $48,000 right now, will almost certainly continue to rise. Before taking the next step in their business, owners need to know what they should be focusing on. Companies also need to know that as the metaverse environment changes, so will the type of content that is shared in it. As the industry keeps getting better, it is crucial to come up with high-quality content marketing strategies that take into account these immersive virtual settings. AR/VR technologies. The immersive experience that the metaverse gives its users is at the heart of what it is. Without AR and VR, it would not be possible to give such an experience. People often use the terms metaverse and virtual reality interchangeably, but there are a few key differences between the two. All of the virtual reality experiences that make up the metaverse are linked to each other. A virtual reality (VR) game with only one player is not part of the metaverse, but a VR meeting with more than one participant is. It's possible that virtual reality (VR) will be replaced by much more advanced technologies in the not-too-distant future. The technology of virtual fitting rooms, which are becoming more and more popular, is also making e-commerce better. When retailers remove the barriers to online shopping, customers can choose the best product for them without leaving the comfort and safety of their own homes. In the near future, the metaverse will be able to make this technology even better by putting you in a full virtual reality (VR) simulation of the store, But you'll need to buy some expensive gear, like a virtual reality headset, to have a real virtual reality experience. This makes it hard for most people to have the experience. Taking all of this into account, augmented reality, AR, technology could become the main reason why the metaverse is growing. Statista says that 83.96% of the world's population has a smartphone. This means that this population may have access to augmented reality capabilities. Artificial intelligence? In the metaverse, extended reality is the main attraction, but artificial intelligence is a key part of the technology that makes the magic happen. As most important uses are calculating data and making predictions. However, AI can also be used to make algorithms that help with certain jobs, such as making avatars, processing, and translating spoken language, and making new worlds. I can improve how people interact with virtual reality, VR, environments because it can pay close attention to sensors that record our bioelectrical and muscle patterns. I can help make experiences more accessible and inclusive in other ways too. For example, users who can't see can use services like picture recognition. 3D modeling. Before the metaverse can be called a truly immersive platform, it needs to add three-dimensional settings. A 3D modeling tool is needed to make a metaverse or virtual reality, VR, product or service. There are now hundreds of these tools on the market. Sensors can now be used to rebuild things in 3 dimensions, and programs like Blender can be used to design things from scratch. In some cases, this can be done with mobile devices that have infrared depth scanners, like the LiDAR sensor in the iPhone. This can help make artifacts digital, so they can be used in virtual worlds. The process of digitizing physical things could also be good for the manufacturing industries. By using 3D technology, customers will be able to see more of the supply chain. This lets customers know where a product comes from and how it is taken care of. The next best thing to fully digitizing a human body so that it can be used in a VR virtual world is a virtual avatar, but this technology is not yet available. At this point in the development of the metaverse, it is very important to know how to make, animate, and use a virtual 3D avatar. Edge computing. Edge computing allows for faster data transfer with fewer delays, which is important for high-quality, immersive experiences in virtual spaces. In business settings, this kind of computing is becoming more and more popular. When millions of people all over the world are enjoying virtual experiences at the same time, the cloud just can't handle all the computing power needed to keep the system running smoothly. Distributed computing, on the other hand, can move the processing closer to each user, which makes the whole experience much smoother. 5G. The metaverse is all about connecting different virtual experiences together. But networking in virtual reality, VR, can use a lot of data. 5G technology, which is one of the newest mobile trends, has gotten better over the past few years. These improvements have given us the power we need to send and receive data in real time. Most importantly, 5G will let people connect to augmented reality and virtual reality experiences not just from their homes, but from anywhere. To get back to the topic of edge computing, 5G's increased bandwidth makes it possible for VR rendering to be done on an edge device and then streamed to your headset. This means that VR headsets might get smaller over the next few years, making them easier to use and more comfortable for people to wear. Wrapping up, even though the idea for the metaverse came from complaints about how much power businesses have over our personal lives, this doesn't mean that having connected virtual experiences is bad in any way. If we approach these technologies with a sense of ethics and responsibility, we will find ways to help customers and make more money for our companies at the same time. These technologies aren't meant to replace the real world. Instead, they are meant to expand our reach on the internet so that we can share our experiences in places where we couldn't before. We decide how the metaverse grows, so let's work together to make it into the kind of world we'd like to live in. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed watching the video, give it a like and share your views in the comments section. Also, don't forget to follow our YouTube channel if you want to see more interesting videos. Thanks for watching.